What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Chill Lounge podcast. I go by the name of Mr. Shaun Ellis, and I'm one of your hosts.
Yo, this your boy Hassan here. Thank you so much for tuning in to the fifth episode here at the Chill Lounge podcast. As you guys see, man, we got a very special guest on our hands. Give a little clap. We have Mr. Jairus Beau.
Hold on, he need another introduction. Hold on,
You got it. You got it.
time out. He goes he goes by many names, Mr. Wake Up in Polo, Mr. Bolo, but today we gonna be grown and we gonna call him Mr. Jairus. Baker's in the building.
Yo, what's going on, brothers?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We here.
What's good with you?
Nah, man, blessed, man. Highly favored to say the least.
I see, man. Well, thank you so much for, coming on to our show, man. Pleasure to have you. You already know how we rock, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, this guy is killing it. Like, if y'all don't know who this person is or get familiar with him, because this guy here is killing the game, not even gonna lie. So
literally
before we get started, man, as y'all know, with the Chill Lounge, we always do a tradition here. So, Mr. Baker, we take shots. We take a shot. I'm not gonna say shots. Take a shot.
You know what's crazy? I remember a while ago you couldn't even get this man to drink nothing, boy.
I swear I couldn't drink nothing.
But look at him now. Now he got a bar. Look
right.
He got to pick what he want to drink now. That boy done
I've traveled many places.
That boy done growed up.
So, man, while we waiting on Bold Shine, man, what you got over there? What you drinking on?
Y'all know I'm still working on the same bottle, man. Same bottle from last week. Still got the crown. I got my wine on deck. I mean, I don't drink like that, man. I do, but I don't. So, I'm gonna rock with this for a minute on the show.
You had that for
y'all want y'all know I travel a lot, so y'all want that. Y'all want the straight from Mexico. Let me know what y'all want. Y'all want the.
He got a whole bar, man.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with the. You feel me?
All right, let's do it.
This is a special occasion. I only drink when I'm on vacation, but this is a very special occasion.
You're right. It is very special.
So here I have in this special little bottle is some Cavassier.
That's the Cavassier. Everybody singing now.
I'm real chill right now, laid back, talking with my homies and stuff. So,
yes,
that's what I'm going with.
Yes, sir. I mess with it. Hey, I want y'all to see my shot glass real quick. My friend Ariel bought this for me from LA. It has like a bullet on it, and it's like it's cracking the glass, so I can hold it like this and drink it properly.
Bro. Did you just class up that Crown Royal?
I did. You see what I did?
This guy.
I'm gonna drink it just like this.
He has some class.
Have y'all been watching Bridgerton? You know how they be talking on there? My lord. This is a shot.
Do you want to sip some tea?
Do you want to sip some tea, my lord?
Some tea. Hey, what Eric Spears be saying?
My lord.
My lord.
You're the belligerence of your ignorance.
All right, man. Y'all ready, man? Let's go ahead and toast up.
Cheers to good life, guys.
Good life.
Successful 2021.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And Beau to give me like $20 after this. All right, cheers up.
Let me get 22. Y'all disrespectful. Wait.
Oh, I got hair chips. Oh Lord.
I got hair chips.
I don't know how this podcast about to go now.
Oh, it's gonna go amazing. So, fellas, guys, I've been knowing you guys for a minute, man. So let's give the people a little bit of history of how we all know each other. I know people probably know how I know Hassan from college, but let's give everybody kind of a background of how we all met and
So, I mean, Beau, do you want to tell the story of how we met?
All right, look, y'all. So look, like I said, my name's Beau, and we all go back to college at Western Illinois University. If you're not from this area, you wouldn't know, but Western is in the middle of nowhere, Macomb, Illinois. So I was a brand new transfer student, and I saw this dope fraternity. I've always been interested in Greek organizations because they were just dope. The brotherhood, what they stood for, their presence on campus. And I actually went to a reveal, which are when the new members are revealed to the campus, the yard. And that's where I first saw Shaun. It was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the presentation was pristine. All right. So then the year goes by, the next semester, I get bamboozled into
bamboozled.
Nah, but you know what I mean? I grew to love these brothers, you know what I mean? Their character, they were organic, they were just super legit. So I ended up pledging. I'm gonna let Hassan take it from there.
So in that, we came across each other when we were on that same line. So
I remember this. I was there.
There was, it was a lot of people that were online, but me and Beau just clicked. First off, before we even pledged, we was talking hella shit.
There was.
So with that, I forgot how many people was online, but we were like the last two. And I will say this, man, I really developed a deep bond with Beau. So it was just like, I didn't pledge. I obviously dropped. So, but it was still like, pretty cool. Like we still kept that relationship intact, even throughout these years. So that's a little bit of backstory on how me and Beau met.
And then, of course, I had the honor of, pledging Beau and being his dean.
Absolutely.
And we lived together for a year, right? Lived together for a year, and and we are a part of the illustrious fraternity, Beta Phi Pi Fraternity Incorporated. And we've been rocking ever since. That happened in 2012, correct?
2013.
I was about to say 2013, wasn't it?
2013.
2013?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but we knew each other in 2012, though.
Yeah.
We moved in together. Okay, we moved in together 2012, so that's been almost 10 years ago. So I've been knowing this guy for a decade, man. He always been hardworking, intelligent. So he's always exemplified what it is to be, a beta and a good human being. You know what I'm saying? So I've been rocking with you, man, and I'm excited for you.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, Beau, give, they know about, how we met and everything. Give the listeners and viewers just a little bit about yourself. Like, tell us about yourself, your upbringing and stuff.
Absolutely. What's going on, family, people? Like they said, my name's Beau. I'm from the west side of Chicago. Went to Western Illinois University, pledged my beautiful fraternity, Beta Phi Pi. Graduated with my bachelor's degree in information systems. I minored in supply chain management. Right after graduating, I immediately got my job as a logistics manager for a freight company called Conway Freight. It was in logistics. Soon after that, I came back to Chicago, my hometown, because it was nothing in Niles, Ohio. All right. So listen, most people from Niles, Ohio don't know where Niles, Ohio is. Like it's a spot on the map where people just don't go. So I was completely bored.
Like Macomb, Illinois.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I had to get out of there. And along the way, I found one of my fraternity brothers who pretty much mentored me into the position that I am in right now. His name is my frat brother, Dre Taylor.
Shout out, Dre.
Literally Andre, you feel me? He's a real estate
mogul,
man. Dope. Like literally the reason why I'm where I'm at right now. All right. I started in network marketing about 6 years ago. It changed my life, grew my mind to a way that to a place where I never knew it could go. I mean, originally coming out of college, I thought I was the corporate America guy. Like Go back 6 years, check out my Instagram. You see me in a suit and tie in front of my company's logo, looking like Mr. Conway. Like, for real, man. I thought that was my way out the hood, was to go to school, graduate, get those good jobs, and move up the corporate ladder. That's what I thought. I wasn't taught much else. But soon after joining the MLM, the network marketing, I came to realize that the money is in business, like building your business, being big business, being an investor, right? So over the last 6 years, I grew multiple streams of income, including that network marketing, real estate. I'm in stocks, but I'm not really into stocks, but you know, it's a stream. So I dibble and dabble in there. But now, you know, I'm a published author. If you know what I'm saying, I know y'all gonna ask me about that later, so I ain't gonna get into that. But look,
yes,
man,
sir.
look, I'm a world traveler. Like, I'm just a connoisseur for life, y'all. Like,
tell them where you going this week. Tell them where you going this week.
Oh, what? In 2 days, I'll be in Dubai, baby.
And then what you gonna do after that? You gonna be where after that?
In Miami. Then after
you
that,
can't even
Atlanta.
ask for nothing
better.
better.
Then after that,
goodness.
Jamaica, man.
Well, just throw me in a suitcase, man. I don't want to bother nobody. I'll just get on the plane in a suitcase, bro.
Well, though, those baggage fees for overweight.
I pay them. I don't care. That's fine. That's good. That is all right.
I mean, I ain't saying that you weigh more than 55 pounds.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to
I'm
y'all.
just saying.
I don't weigh more than 55 pounds. I'm about quadruple that, maybe more than that.
I'm like, sir.
Hey, I'll split the fees with you. I'll split the fees with you.
I'm gonna have to run a credit check. It's gonna be a mortgage loan.
Yeah, man.
Nah, man, but life is good, dog.
That's definitely a great, you know, mini backstory about yourself, especially knowing you. You know, we talk all the time about, you know, success, goals, what we trying to get out of life, and I think that's where we really like elevated our friendship, knowing that, man, nobody wants to be stuck in the same position for 40 years. Like, I myself, coming out of college, it just didn't fathom my mind just to be like, yeah, I'm gonna be at this job for 40 years and having a ceiling to making something and not being able to help my family as well. So, now you mentioned your book, that big ass fucking picture that you have back there.
What, that?
The life size.
That's not a picture. That's
your mirror.
That's Lil Beau. That's right. Don't call him by his name. Okay, Beau, you good? All right.
Well, yeah, definitely got the book right here. I will say, man, definitely a good read. I'm halfway through the book. I barely could put it down. Like, starting with the first chapter when you talk about your life, your upbringing, and something that I didn't even know about, like the FA. Never thought about that. Never thought that you were like that type of person that felt that way about yourself. Because I know you just only now, which you're like a very confident individual. So hearing about that was kind of like, dang, like I never knew that about him. So definitely a great read. I would say, man, make sure you guys go pick it up at give it the website, Beau, where they can pick that up at.
www.fired2free.com. www.fired2free.com. Let's get it.
We gonna also
I ordered mine today, so mine is on the way. Mine will be here Saturday. So I'm ready. I want to see what it's about, man. I know there's some good stuff in there.
True. So tell us a little bit about the book.
So the book, the title is Uncuffed, and the CUF stands for Congratulations, You're Fired. So on May 20th, 2020 of last year, I was fired from my job. I've always been in management, corporate America, but I was a logistics manager for this company called DSC Logistics, and they didn't give me a reason. Literally, I walked into my manager's office and he said, you've not met expectations and you will be terminated. I replied, what haven't I met? and he didn't give me an answer. He just said it's non-negotiable. And I was like, okay. And from that point forward, I knew that I wasn't going to allow myself to end up in that position again where my fate is determined by another man. I was going to always do what I have to do in order to control my destiny, meaning that I'm not going to work for anyone ever again in my life. All right. Ever. It's going to be me on out, period, point blank. So that was the key factor. I always knew that I wanted to write a book because I felt like I had some good things to convey to not only our communities but everyone, the youth, the things that I went through. I knew that it would be some relation there that can possibly help someone in the situation that they're going to and going through. But I didn't have that it factor, that boom, something that would make somebody say, okay, I'll buy that. And then they're blessed with all of the lessons in the book, as a byproduct, right? I needed that it factor. When that happened, and then the title came, and then the illustration came, I was like, ooh. I was like, ooh. I was like, that's good. I was like, that's good. That's real good.
Write the book.
I started a little after I got fired, so May through December, so about 6 months.
And as far as like the process of it, like, did you have to go through a certain company, or was it just you just?
Nah, so my process specifically, I wrote it out first. I needed to get the titles down because once you get the titles in my head, you're pretty much halfway there. Now you just have to fill in the fat, the meat. The titles of the chapters those are the bones. So once I figured that part out, how I wanted to structure the book, what I wanted the main theme to be, how everything was going to play into each other. Once I figured that out, I just started writing, and I travel. Like I said, I travel a lot. So in every different country, I'm just sitting on the balcony, just writing it out. I was in Hawaii for 3 weeks. I was there just writing it out. When I was finished, oh my God, that's when everything got tedious. Like I thought writing it was the hard part. Y'all, no. No, you have to get the margins. You have to do the editing. You have to get the the page count. But I self-published, which means I did everything myself. I utilized Amazon's KDP, which is Kindle Direct Publishing. That's a beautiful platform for you to actually do it yourself, get your story out into the world. So that's the route I went. I wrote it, I fixed the editing, I did the formatting, I got the cover made, and I put it into Amazon, fixed it, critique, edited until I felt like it was, and boom, it came together.
Dope. Now, I know we're talking about your book right now, Beau, but you mentioned being in Hawaii, right? Mm-hmm. You was over for 3 weeks. I didn't get the full story over what happened, what transpired in Hawaii. Like I know we talked about it a little bit, but what happened in Hawaii? Like, can you tell me the story of what happened down there when you was there?
I got you. And because this podcast is timeless, we're gonna give them the 2020 what happened. Now 2020 is gonna go in the history books, period, point blank, because of what? The coronavirus, COVID-19. So me, look, I was fired. I thought I was untouchable. In my mind, I'm like, I'm free. I'm gonna go do whatever I want. Hawaii was like, nah, bro, we got a 14-day quarantine. You can't go nowhere. So me, I'm Beau, right? And when I say that, I'm carefree. I go live my life, and I try to wiggle and manipulate my way around the consequences. So I'm in Hawaii. The first day I get there, I'm out. The second day I'm out. It's Juneteenth. It was a festival in the park. It was beautiful. I'm out. I'm at the beach. I'm working out outside.
This man doing everything.
For about 11 days, I'm kicking it. Now, I was at one of our frat brothers' houses that was like in Eva Beach, which is about 45 to an hour away from Honolulu. So
you got a frat brother in Hawaii?
Resort. Yeah, Steve from Northern.
Really?
NIU.
Oh yeah, okay, you're right. Okay, gotcha.
Because he's in the military.
In the military, right? Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Exactly. So I wasn't at a resort or anything. I was at someone's house, right? So on the 11th day, I just finished working out, y'all. I promise you, I just finished working out. I go into the crib, I go upstairs, I shower, I hear the doorbell. Ding dong. I look out the window, it's like some Asian dude with a button up on and some slacks. I'm like, well, I'm not from here. I'm not answering this. I'm not answering this door. So I shower, I get dressed, I walk down the stairs slow because I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, all right, no one's at the door. I'm in the kitchen. The kitchen window is literally about 5 feet from the front door. So I'm in the kitchen making eggs, and I see the dude walk back to the door. I was like, oh crap. So he rang the doorbell. I opened the door up. I'm like, hello? He was like, yeah, we have this as an address for someone to be staying at. And then someone else, like his partner, came up behind him with a manila folder. He opened the folder and all I saw was pictures of me in Hawaii, like not being in the house. So I was like, so I jumped the gun because I couldn't let him finish the statement. I was like, hey, that's me. He was like, yeah. He was like, you're supposed to be on a 14-day quarantine. I was like, well, they just said I couldn't go outside with people. I'm like, they said I can work outside. I can work out outside by myself. He was like, huh? I was like, yeah, they just said I couldn't be around people. So he called his boss. He was like, yeah, we have him right here. And then he hands me the phone. I'm like, hello? I'm like, yeah, you have I'm like, your workers saying that I disobeyed the quarantine when they said that all I had to do was not be around people. They said I could work outside by myself. I was like, well, can I stand on the front porch and work out? That's typically what I do. And then I run around the block. He was like, well, just stay in the house. He was like, you only got 2 more days left. Just stay in the house. Don't go nowhere. Don't go outside. I'm like, okay, sir. I'm like, yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I'm sorry. And then I hand the phone back to the guy. And I was like, yeah, man, my bad. He was like, you're lucky. He's like, we typically just take people to jail. I was like,
damn.
I'm blessed. Bye.
I got 2 days. I'm in this joint. We cool. I'm in this joint.
Bro, faithfully. What? And that joint chilling. I was good. But bro, I was scared. Like
I would
when
be
I saw
scared
the
too.
badges, right. What? That's a $5,000 fine, and they can take her to jail, dude. Mm-mm. God.
That's it, man.
I promise you.
That's it. But also
I almost peed on myself.
I bet. But also to piggyback off what we talking about before we got on the Hawaii. I was trying to say Honolulu. You saying that you got fired from your job, and the thing about that is, I think all three of us have had experiences with different experiences with corporate America. And Hassan, I'll let you tell your side too. But I know when I got out of college, it was funny because I just knew like I was gonna get a good job. I had a degree. I was gonna get a good job. I was gonna get an apartment or whatever. And remember, Hassan, we was talking about moving back in with each other, me, you, and Glenn.
Yeah.
And we was like, man, we finna get this apartment at Oakbrook. We don't care how much it costs. We gonna get this job. And I think at the time, Glenn was doing insurance, right?
Yeah.
And I think me and you was just at home. We were just trying to get any kind of job. But it took a while. And over the years, we've been kind of working these corporate jobs or whatnot. And it kind of seems like sometimes it's like the same old story. Like, they have the power and the ability to get rid of you when and however they want to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I've experienced that a few times, at least 3 or 4 times. And, it's kind of like when it's that last straw, you just like, nah, I don't know if I can do this, too many more times. Mm-hmm. I know with me, like, I had like 4 or 5 jobs after college. I graduated when I was 14. And by 2018, I had like 4 jobs and only had longevity at like one of them. And it's like they tell you, like, you're permanent and you this, but you really don't have any safety. So it's good that you have to fall back on that, that those other avenues and other streams of income. So that's kind of when I was like, okay, I got to figure out something to do for myself as well, whether that's saving money or, investing in stock, investing in real estate, opening up my photography business and, trying to become lucrative that way. So I think it's important for everyone, even if you have a corporate job and you don't have a corporate job, always have that backup plan because they have the ability to terminate you whenever they want to.
Yeah.
but you can't terminate yourself. Always remember that.
Yeah, big facts, big facts.
That's what I was saying.
Absolutely.
So mine was similar to Beau's. I got fired last year, May 31st at 3:55 p.m. on a
Remember the
Friday.
time?
Yeah, I do. It was
Right, they hurt that man.
Damn.
It was on a Friday. I think it was a Friday.
How you get fired on a
Was it
Friday,
payday?
man?
Friday.
You got fired on a
Craig.
Friday?
Great.
Like I remember that day. So we were working from home, and when COVID hit, it was just like it was a crazy situation because it was like nobody was prepared. My job wasn't prepared for that. So we were working from home. We had to switch to a new system that had hella problems, and like I was literally working from like 6 in the morning to like 11 o'clock at night.
He was. I never understood why you was doing that, but
Because it was so much work I had to try to keep up with. Because like anytime I'll do my regular job now, it's like, oh, we need to do something to fix the system so it'll work properly. So now I'm trying to play catch up all the time. So I got to go to bed late, wake up early. So I've been always wanting to get into real estate, but it was just like the timing wasn't always there. So even though I was working from home, it was like, man, I'm working weekends too. So on that day, on the 31st of May, 3:50, I go in the kitchen, want put me something in the microwave because I'm about to eat as soon as I get off work. I come back and I see I got a Zoom link from my team lead. So I'm just like, what she want? As soon as I click on the link, I see like a whole bunch of boxes. And I'm just like, I already know what it is. I ain't even turn on my camera. So my team lead give me the speech, due to COVID, we got to try to let it build, da, 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 da. And they was like, you want to say anything? I said, no.
yeah,
Honestly,
like what you want me to say?
right. Like, honestly,
Thank you for the opportunity.
I'm
right.
sorry. Like I'm sorry it didn't work out between us. Like what you want me to say?
They were just like, so honestly, when that happened, I wasn't like, oh man, what I'm gonna do now to get money, how I'm gonna eat, how I'm gonna pay my bills. It was more so of a relief. Like
Mm-hmm.
it seemed like a whole bunch of boulders that was on my shoulder was lifted. And only thing I could think of is like now I can go do what I've been trying to do, which is have my own business, go into real estate. So, we've all had that to where it's like we want to do that whole dream, especially as an entrepreneur. You hear stories about how people went full on entrepreneur and they just killed. Like we've been always wanting to do that, but at the same time, it's kind of like that safety net that we have in our jobs to be like, I'm gonna still do this, but still try to work on my business. And you
Mm-hmm.
can only give so much to your own stuff
Yep.
because you're gonna revert back to giving a good percentage for somebody else building their journey.
Big fact.
So with that, it was kind of like, man, and before that, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I was just thinking like, man, like I wish like I get fired just so I can go and do it. Cause I was at that point, it was just like I knew I was gonna get fired. It was just a matter of time. Like they letting go of people all around. So it was just a matter of time. So it was just like, all right, getting myself mentally prepared to be like, what will I do if I'm in this situation? So being in that situation, there was no worry. I was never scared. I was never fearful. It was just like,
I'm
man,
ready.
you know what?
I'm
Let's
ready.
go in, all in. So from then
That's,
on out, did that. When I got my real estate license, had already been working on, getting my business together, got my LLC together, got, a real estate lawyer together, like just getting pieces and everything together So when that time comes, I can just go ahead and jump right in.
Yes, can I tell a funny story about you real quick?
Oh Lord. Go ahead.
So I remember Hassan had this thing like his first couple of jobs. His first couple of jobs, I think I would be at work or whatever the case may be, and he'd hit me up, and he hit me up during like work hours, like where you supposed to be at work. And I call him back during lunchtime. What's good, bro? What's up, man? Are you on lunch? Nah, man. I'm like, why you at work? Man, I quit that shit. I'm like, what?
That sound like him.
I'm like, what? Just like him. He's like, bro, I can't do that shit, man. Like, that shit's so repetitive, bro. I can't do it. Hassan, you've done that like 2 or 3 times, bro. Like,
no,
the man
I did it too.
Twice?
Yeah, I did it twice.
He'll call me like,
so crazy. The first time I did that, I was working for a company where we just call people about their student loans. I'm not gonna say the name, whatever. So, and I was making like decent money. This is like my first job out of leaving WIU. So I was like, all right, good, paying money, whatever, cool. But it was just that whole. This is when you clock in. This is when you take your lunch. You got to have these numbers. You got to make sure you have this. You got to make sure you follow these rules. Or like it was just all of that. And that was around the time when I got into network marketing. So I'm looking at that, and at the time my lead or whatever, I was just like, I'm looking at his Facebook and everything, like, man, forget this. Like,
he would leave his ID. He would leave his ID on the desk and just walk out.
No, this is what I did, right? So I'm just sitting up here. So I signed up 3 people or whatever to go to school. And I'm like, on that third person, I'm just like, I should be excited, but I'm not. Like, those 3 people is paying the person who made this. So I'm not getting but a cent of this.
A small percentage.
A small percentage. So it's like, nah, I can't do this. So we had this email, like a team lead email. I emailed the team, let them know, like, thank you for the opportunity.
That man out of there.
Deuces.
So I sent that email, took off my badge, laid it at the desk, walked off.
Bro said, I'm gonna do Lyft, man. I can do Lyft, I can do Uber, I can do anything.
Look, what it was just like, I'll do that on the side and then, work on my own stuff.
Oh, my business, yeah, definitely, man.
So there's another time where it was just like, I was just sitting up there and I really wasn't getting paid nothing. And it was just the same thing. Bro, I'm not making nothing. And like lunchtime hit, I got my stuff and left. They called me, was like, where did you go? I was like, I quit. So
shaking my head.
That's so funny, bro. That man used to call me doing lunch hours.
So you've been working on this time for a while now.
Like, it's just seeing that and knowing that I'm helping another person with their dream. Like, no, I can't.
And I'm kind of falling back on my own dream, and I'm helping somebody else build theirs.
So, Beau, let me ask you, when that happened, when you got fired, was there any type of fear that ever came to you to be like, wow, I'm about to do this. Like, can I do this? Like, I've always had that safety net with my job, but can I actually do this, like, by myself?
Have you ever been fearful throughout the whole process? Whatever, even in, what I'm saying, throughout your college years or even before that led up to this moment that you're in now? Through the journey, have you ever been fearful?
Absolutely. That's why I never quit. Right? Because it's like, why would I give up like what I've worked so hard for? Right? I worked hard in college to get that degree. Right? And now I'm in my field making good money. Like, even though I found out that there was better in business.
Mm-hmm.
I still work my butt off to get this degree, to get this job. And then it's always the fact in my head that like I can do both, right? I can be a great employee and I can build my business wholeheartedly. That was always in my head. I was always going back and forth with myself saying, but I can make it work. But it's like, Beau, if you don't go to that job, you can spend more time building legacy, building wealth.
Right.
But it was like, well, I can do both. Because if I built my side business to this point and I still got my job, I can just continue building it over time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That was the fear for 5.5 years. So when those words, you're terminated, came, like Hassan said, it was like a I said, I'm about to go to Hawaii for 3 weeks. Now, the reason why I knew I was going to do that, because I was literally the month prior trying to figure out how I can go to Hawaii for 4 or 5 days. Like, I knew I wanted to go to Hawaii, but I had a job. And it was COVID. So getting time off was very rare,
Mm-hmm.
right? You really didn't want to take time off because you'll be hurting the job, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll come back to work in a worse situation than when you left.
Right.
So the whole situation was screwed up while I was working. But when they freed me, I was like, oh, dude. I was like, this is confirmation. I'm like, God, low key, has been trying to get me out of being an employee for 5.5 years. But when he get me out of a situation, I just jump into another one. Like, oh, he didn't want me there, but maybe I can do it here and still do my business. Oh, he didn't want me here. Maybe I can do it here. God was like, dude. Like, y'all ever heard that story when there's like somebody drowning and then a boat comes and they're like, no, God will save me. The boat leaves. Another boat comes. Like, no, God will save me. The boat leaves. And then the person drowns and makes it to heaven. Like, God, why didn't you save me? He was like, I sent 2 boats.
Right. It wasn't
like,
me directly,
like,
but I sent it for you. Yeah,
right. Like,
right.
That's the situation I was in. So, I mean, bro, I literally felt freed, like freed. And I went and I lived the heck out of life for the last 6 to 7 months. It's been absolutely phenomenal. It's been crazy.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. So what about you, Shaun? What's some things that you have to overcome, in your journey?
I think so I can say this. I feel like I've been put in enough situations in my past to be successful with my future. I think with our lives, I think it's certain things that we go through to get us to where we're at now. For example, when I say that, I can say in high school, I played football for 4 years. I was a captain for 2 of those years. That's something that I think has prepared me for a leadership role now, not only with my business, but also in the community and organizations or whatnot. And you kind of learn from your captain, you play in front of all these people. And that kind of those things build your character throughout the years. So
Right.
me being 32 right now, playing football in high school at the age of 16, 17, 18, that kind of built me up to where I'm at now. Piggyback off that, I go to college, I joined a fraternity. Beau, we did several step shows. We had multiple roles within Greek organizations outside of our own. We've had president positions, we've had vice president, treasury, uh, secretary. We've had all these roles. So when you look back on it, all this stuff all these roles, it prepares you for where you're at now. Because you think about all those times, you're like, you know what? This stuff has really prepared me. And sometimes you're fearful in those situations because, like I said, like when we were in college, like we would do shows in front of hundreds of people. And you don't have to be scared, but you're nervous to some point. So I think those have that's kind of elevated my game to where I'm at now. Like those situations have helped me to where I'm at now. The second thing I'll say is, if I was to give advice to people, I would say get out of your own head and stop listening to what other people, outside people, are telling you. Because they may be blocking something that God has set up for you. So follow your heart and follow your dreams. Do it to the fullest. Don't 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 go inside your head and convince yourself that something isn't a good idea, because it might be a great idea. You never know. So I always say, kind of pray about it, manifest it, um, nurture it, and kind of see it through, plan it. What what do you see coming out of this? What is the goal? Where do you want to take this? So that's what I would say.
Mm. Right. True.
What would you say,
That
son?
boy was preaching right there.
Right.
Oh man, I have
Did
to
you ask for
every
a
now
sermon, Hassan?
and
Did you ask for a sermon? Because
Hey,
that's what
look.
y'all got.
I'm
Hey,
like, yeah, I'm
I
gonna
try to
post
bring.
that on Facebook tomorrow. I'm like, that's
All he was missing was a towel
Oh, I ain't got nothing. Oh, there you go.
right behind you. Right, wipe it off.
I said,
Oh, Pastor.
I said,
You gotta add the.
don't listen to other people, because what God has for you, it is only for you.
I low key needed that. I was sweating low key, but
man,
That boy got that ring light too high.
oh yeah, that's what it is. Probably is. It's a little good distance from me too. But
That joint burning a tan into your face in a circle.
sweating.
Yes, sir.
Man,
What'd you say, son?
The fear, I've had fear to overcome, and it was honestly recently, and it was with my real estate exam. So backstory. I was like the only one who thought that I wouldn't be able to pass that. And it's so crazy. Only because so much stuff that I went through in my life, I wasn't able to achieve. So when it came to that, it was just kind of like a damn, like I wasn't able to do this or that. So how can I think that I will be able to pass this real estate exam? So I really started doubting myself when I failed twice taking it. So going with the third one, I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna let this fear overpower me. I'm gonna use that as motivation, because I'm not trying to fail this joint, like at all. Because I know if I fail it again, I'm just gonna be like, you know what? Forget it. I'm going back to find another job. And that's something that I didn't want to do. And also, I wanted to prove to myself, it was like, forget everybody else. Like, nobody else mattered, whether they were rooting for me or not. I want to be able to show myself that I can do this, to really like kill some demons of my past. So being able to overcome that fear, I went on ahead and I was studying like countless hours, like morning. As soon as I wake up, study. As soon as I take a break, eat something. I'll be looking over notes, like just constant, like just going at it each day. And when I tell you, when I finish taking my test, I go to the instructor and let them know, like, hey, I'm taking my test. They went, printed it out. So you know how when people hand you something, because I took the test twice. So the two times I took it, they looked at it and let me know if I passed or failed before they gave it to me. This person, she hands the paper to me upside down, but didn't say anything.
That's the worst.
I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, man,
oh no,
I
gotta.
Man, F this.
Like when I tell you, I was just like, I was so confident. I was like, I think I passed this joint. But when she handed me that paper upside down,
Heart.
my
That's the
heart
worst, bro.
was beating so fast. Like my heart was literally to my feet. And when I turned that piece of paper over and saw that I passed both parts, look, I almost hugged her, but I had to remember, like, nah, I ain't trying to catch some case. So I was just like,
Right.
man, I was so happy. Like, man, went in the car, cried my eyes out, and was just thanking God. Like,
You need a hug that day?
I did, man. I needed a hug, a drink.
Shaun, go hug him right now. That's your.
Come on, you pretty cuddly too, Shaun. Like,
Bring it in.
you're like
They call
you
they call
remind me
me
of
Mr.
like a
Cuddles.
cute cuddly.
Don't squeeze.
Don't
You remind me of like a
squeeze.
cute cuddly hamster. Like, really, like for real. I'm talking.
Well, I gotta be a rodent.
Like, because you kind of like got that hammy.
Why he
type
couldn't be a
of-
bear? Like he
Or I could
couldn't,
be like
he couldn't say
Winnie the Pooh
right,
or something.
right. He couldn't say a bear. Like someone with a little bit of fierce, like
Oh, okay.
ruggedness.
A
He
hamster.
says
Oh,
a hamster.
Yeah, hammy.
That's like being called a gnat. Like you're just a big version of a gnat.
Okay, Raggy. I'm sorry, Raggy.
Fuck you.
All right. Okay, serious note. Back
All
then.
right, I quit down. Anyway,
I was gonna say just one thing. Just by hearing all our stories and all our backgrounds and things like that, it's clear that failure is a part of this thing. It's a part of this journey. And what I think that does is failure opens the door to let fear come in. Now, it can either go one or two ways. It can go your way or it could turn upside down and go the wrong way. So I think with most people, what happens is,
I feel like I should be playing the organ right now.
oh, go ahead, you got an organ
Like,
with you? But it happens like, it's like, either you gonna be successful with it or you gonna run from it. So when that fear sets in, you as an individual, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna gravitate towards it or are you gonna run from it? And I think that's what ultimately puts people in whatever position it is. You're gonna be successful or you're not. Or are you going to open that business or are you gonna run back to your comfort zone in that job? What do you want to do? So I've been preaching too much today, y'all.
Shaun dropping gems.
I am, man. Like I'm not, like, man, like y'all got me in my
this
zone
dude
right
gonna
now.
agree. He be like, yes, I am. Yes,
I
it's
feel
his
it.
eye, the gem dropper.
I feel it, man. I can feel it. But
it's all truth. It's legit. Like so many people are what could have been. Like if they would have just pushed a little harder. Yeah. But it's not all their fault, man. It's there's a lot to do with systemic issues, right? Most of us aren't taught, right? And it takes a little bit of guidance, a lot of God and faith for someone to actually make it out of the struggle that we've all were raised in. Right. Like in my book, I say, I mean, and when I say I didn't have a mentor, I'm talking about in regards to being successful as a business person growing up. There was no one to teach me about credit, real estate, saving, like everything that happened. It was, I think, divine intervention on my life. You know what I mean? Because I did things that most people just didn't do. And I don't know why.
That's not
I was
conventional.
like, oh, right. It wasn't conventional to our environment. It was conventional to other maybe color persons or lack of what they do normally, what they teach their kids and generations normally. We weren't taught that. So that's why it's on us to get that awareness out. That's why it was important for me to publish a book in order to get that version out to the world. Because whoever reads it, they'll know that they can do it too, because I didn't come from a silver spoon, right? I took that wood and I made something of it. That's it. It wasn't given. It was worked for. It was earned.
You took a piece of
and
clay
I
and
love
molded
it.
it. I like
You feel me?
I mess with it.
Like, and spray painted that joint.
I feel you. Black and white.
You feel me?
Big
Black and
facts.
white.
Black and white. I ain't got nothing. Black and white.
Black and white.
Let me
Hassan,
ask
what you? Never mind.
Oh, okay. It was coming, bro. It was coming. So
I was waiting on it. I thought Shaun was gonna say it.
Nah, man, nah, bro.
I thought Shaun was gonna say it, but I'm like, I know it's coming.
So
Bad blood.
So enough about Hassan. You got anything else you wanted to?
No, I ain't got nothing else.
Okay, so we gonna just kind of focus this on you, Beau. So I got two questions for you. The first question is, I know this book is about your life, your ups and downs, your success. Do you have a favorite chapter in this book where it was just like, you know what, this one right here, this the one, like.
Well, I
If
think
you
the
had to pick one,
first,
if you just had to pick
right. So because it molded me so much and it took it was a big part of who I am right now, and no one knows. I think it would have to be, well, technically in there, it's the second one, but that's really like the first chapter after the forward was that chapter. I'll let Hassan probably read it, but because it's a curveball, right? Someone gets my book, it's called Uncuffed. Congratulations, you're fired. They may, if they know me, they know it's going to be motivational, it's going to be inspirational, it's going to be a good read. But that chapter, like, and I'll let Hassan talk about not the but his feelings, because he knew me as me, Beau, right now from college. Like, it's such a curveball, but it's good in a bad good sort of way, because it was embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, embarrassing.
Yeah.
But it may be the story that allows someone who's going through something similar to come out of it. So I knew that story needed to be told, right? So that curveball, I think, yeah, like, yeah. I'll let Hassan talk about it, and that way they can get it.
With that chapter, it definitely set up to where you are right now. It kind of built a principle what you wanted to have for yourself. So with this chapter, FA, which is basically fat ass.
Well, I've been there too. I'm still going through that. I've accepted it now, though.
So that curveball of what does have to do with success or having that motivation, to where it's like you went through that stage where it was something that you were fat, somebody called you fat ass. So instead of just really just focusing on the negatives, you was like, you know what, let me try to do something to where it's like, I don't like being called this, I don't like how I look, self-esteem wise, I want to be able to feel good. So you kind of taught yourself to, like, okay, let me go and paint this canvas. This is a blank canvas. So I'm going to start off by getting rid of this name and also working on my image. Because let's be honest, image, it helps. Like, it helps tremendously.
Drastically, yeah.
Like, if you have that image in yourself to where it's like, you know what, I look good, I feel good, like, then a lot of stuff like goes up as far as yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So that curveball, when I read it, I was just like, man, really? Like, I never like knew that he was like that. I thought he was just like this same confident person. So it's like, okay, I see where that came from now. So the way he broke that down in the chapter is super dope, man. Like, y'all gotta get that book, like, for real. Like,
definitely.
I would say, like, that's like my favorite chapter as well, because it's like something that I'm going through now. So,
definitely.
Yeah, I think it's transparent enough to to be perceived in multiple arenas of self-doubt, right? Uh Low self-esteem, right? And not just with image or appearance, like Hassan, right? You failed at multiple things in your life, but in that chapter, it tells you can always get a blank canvas and paint it how you want to paint it. I don't care if you failed 5 times taking that real estate exam. The 6th exam don't know you failed 5 times.
That's fact.
Right?
That is
you
fact.
feel me?
That's
so
fact,
clear it all out and go to work. And when you get to that 6th exam, paint that Picasso. Like, bro. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for you, man. So my last question is kind of a two-parter. What advice would you give to your younger self? That's A. And then B, what advice would you give to people that's in your situation, that was in your situation a year ago? And they're looking to, they want to change their lives and go down a different avenue, but they have this fear, or they have something kind of resisting them or holding them back. What advice would you give them?
My younger self, see, with that question, my mind automatically goes to like those movies when they go back in the past, change one thing, and then their entire life and everybody they know, it changes things dramatically and drastically. So I don't want to I don't want to go and change things that dramatic. Like, of course, I would say, look, when they call you Fa, like just ignore it until they call you by your name, right? But then if that happens, right, will I have the ethic, the morals? Will I fight so hard for what I want, right? Maybe not.
Right.
But that would have instilled other characteristics that would also help me succeed, right? But that would probably be the top one.
Okay.
Was like, look, all you gotta do is not answer. Because after being called Fi so long, I was just answering it like it was my name, right? And no one knows. Like, they don't know because I answered to it. They don't know that it hurt it, right? They didn't know how it affected me because I didn't convey it. I didn't communicate it. And at the same time, we young. If I did, they probably would talk about me even more, right? So at the same time, it's like, I deal with it. And then that device situation came up, and I was like, look, I'm just gonna transfer, and then I'm gonna recreate my image, my brand, me as a person, right? And that's where that went. As far as what would I tell my last year self, I wouldn't say not a word. I just smile.
No, I mean, what would you tell other people that's in a situation that you in? What would you tell them?
I just smile. Go ham. Go ham. Right? Most, I think it's when it comes to statistics, most people aren't entrepreneurial, right? Their mindset, they're not built that way. So it really depends on their mindset at that time, right? If we're talking to someone who has dibbled and dabbled in other businesses, whether it was network marketing or their own businesses, they just weren't successful. That's the person I would say, go ham. Find your passion. Find your passion and figure out how to get good enough at it that people will pay you. That's it. Monetize your passion. Because if it's your passion, you're never going to hate what you're doing. So if you love it and you do it well enough, people will pay you no matter what it is. You got people making money for just being themselves. Ridiculous tons of money. The internet has made it possible for you to create wealth just by being you. All right. So figure out what you love and go ham, kill it. Figure out how to brand it, figure out how to monetize it. All right. And then go do it. People will pay. People will pay for something that you have. Your gift. Figure it out. Everyone has it. Figure it out.
That's true.
Love it, man.
Somebody is a billionaire because they made these.
Facts. That's big facts.
You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Figure out something you like. Figure out how to monetize it. That's the first step. Creating an extra stream of income. You can go get another job. That's totally fine. But use that income to pay for something that's going to allow you to create wealth. You cannot create wealth doing by 9 to 5. You create wealth by a side business, by investments. All right. Create other extra streams utilizing the money you make from your job. It's a stepping stone. Like that 40 years of life to retire 40% of your income, that's dead. If you're on this podcast and you're thinking that way, I'm sorry. We are not the guys to be listening to. But if you dream about changing life, not only for you, but the people who you surround yourself with, we talking to you. Go ahead.
I hear that.
Well, we got some gems on here today, boy. God damn.
Bling.
Well, man, you good, son?
Oh, I want to say, man, thank you so much stopping by, shooting a breeze with us today, man. Really appreciate it. And for all those that are listening and viewing, make sure y'all go get this book right here. Uncuff. Make sure you get that. Get it on that website. Get it. It's really dope book, man. Definitely gonna finish it this week. And it's not even a long book. Like, y'all finish that.
Super easy read, y'all. I promise you.
So,
super easy.
What was the website again, Beau? Go ahead and tell the people.
www.fired2free.com. www.fired2free.com. FIRD2free.com. Let's get it, baby.
Yes, sir.
And I just wanted to say
they can find you on social media.
Oh, absolutely. Fired to free. So Fired to free everything.
Give me your Instagram and your Facebook.
That's it. Fired to free on everything.
Okay.
FIRED, 2 FREE on Facebook, IG, on everything. Fired to free, because that's the life. I was fired, now I'm free. Fired to free. That's the progression of my life. Let's get it. That's it. Let's go. Let's grow.
Facts. Man, we appreciate you for joining us, man. You know you're welcome anytime, man. I'm proud of you, and keep on moving forward, man.
You already know it. Oh, one thing, fellas. I don't know if we got enough time, but I promised the people I'll do a raffle. So I travel a lot, and whenever I travel, I bring back gifts, I bring back souvenirs, and then I raffle them off to the people who bought the book. And I would love to do that on your platform, so people can tune in, they can hear the gems, and they can get the gifts, and just tune in because it's a beautiful podcast. So if we got time, I knock that joint out right now. We got that time.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Right. Well, look. Well, since we own this, the Chill Lounge podcast, Beau Baker, I'm going to raffle off the gifts to the people who have bought the book Uncuffed. Congratulations, you're fired. We have 3 items. We have a Nuevo Velada fitted all black. Then we have a black and gold. And then for that grand prize, we have that Ca Anijo tequila straight from Mexico. You can't buy it in the US, only Mexico. So what I'm going to do is I got these cards. I call it a raffle, but I got these these note cards with people's names. Everybody that bought the book is over 100 cards here. I'm just going to choose 3. And Shaun just bought it today, so he ain't in it.
You can go ahead and write my name on the card. Go.
Nah, dog. So we're gonna do the black and gold. We're gonna do that joint first. Let's see who get the black and gold. What they say? That's Alan.
Alan Bassar.
That's Alan Bassar. This was one of my truck drivers back in Niles, Ohio. Super dope dude, man, from Rochester, New York. I gotta send this check. I gotta send this out to Rochester, New York. Wow, that's absolutely beautiful. Let's get it. The next one. I love this hat. I love it so much. I bought two on, one for me and one for this person. So we gotta wear it at the same time so we can be twins.
Twinsies.
These days. Let's see. F you. Let's see. What does that say?
That's blank.
Right.
Hey, go ahead and throw my name on that
one. What does that say?
Holiday. LaShawn?
Oh, that's LaShawn. You gotta be kidding me.
LaShawn.
So LaShawn Holiday, she's an author down in Atlanta. Super dope. I'm actually gonna do a book signing in Atlanta in 2 weeks. So I'll be down there for like 5 days, and we're gonna collaborate on that. So LaShawn, oh, we gotta wear this. We're gonna be twins. Congratulations.
Is she light skinned like you?
I don't know. Go look her up. Now for the finale, we got I don't even want to get this joint away. Like I paid a pretty penny for this right here, man.
Watch it gonna be somebody from Western, watch, or a frat bro, watch.
Let me put my name on that blank one.
Man, let me put my name on that blank.
Nah, I ain't get your confirmation.
I can send it to you right now. Who that is?
What in the world?
I told you it's Pat. I told you it was gonna be the fraternity brother or somebody from West.
Wow.
So Pat, that's my brother. Wow. That's my line brother, y'all. He just won. Hey, maybe he'll share something with me then, since Beau want to be there.
Wow. Congratulations. We got Al Bassard, we got LaShawn, and we got my mother effing frat bro, Pat Dickerson. He was the first person that my pop-up, the first one I ever did for the book, and he was the first about book, so this is only right. Let's get it, bro. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all, bro. For real.
Brother, man.
Come back anytime you got time, man. We you know what I'm saying?
I ain't got no job.
We always got big facts.
Definitely, man. Well, thank you again for stopping by. Man, congratulations to the winners.
Congrats.
What was I in that at all?
Yeah, you was in it. You was in it.
He just made it clear I wasn't in it because I bought the book today.
I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know whether it was just like people that came to the book signing or what. Just
everybody bought the book.
People who bought the book. Yep.
Okay. Let me see what my name is.
We gotta go through 100 cards, man.
Yeah, right. My name wasn't in there.
Be like, find it. I want to see it.
But man, I want you guys to go ahead and tune in to us every week for a new episode. Make sure y'all go like, subscribe, join the Facebook group, the Chill Lounge Podcast Facebook group. Make sure you look us up on IG at the Chill Lounge Podcast.
We're everywhere.
Also, follow me, Mr. Forbes, on IG. Follow me on Facebook as well too, Hassan Raglan. Also follow my counterpart down here. What's your name on there, brother?
Me? I mean, I don't know what position I am in your screen, but you can follow me. You can follow me because Beau is at the bottom on my screen, so that's why I said that. But you can follow me at Shaun Ellis on Facebook, and on IG, my name is Immovable11. That's IMMOVABULL 11. You can follow me at those 2 pages.
Man, make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, man. The Chill Lounge Podcast. We all see exclusive content. Man, so many gems in this episode, man.
It was, man. Jeez.
It was good.
Man, but Beau, man, thanks for stopping by, brother. Man, until next time, y'all. Man, peace out.
Peace out. One love, everybody.
Let's get it.